Hey, folks, it's Mark Edgar Stewart here, and you're watching the Mojo Awards. And I'm going to play a couple songs. If you like what you hear, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I got my Venmo. I got my PayPal, all that biz, okay? So, yeah, first song I'm going to play for you. It's off my record, my last record before last, actually, called Mad at Love. A little song called Tired of Fighting. And I think we can all relate to that right now. So, yeah, thank y'all again. I do things for you, you do things for me. We both try to coincide with our own beliefs, but I'm so tired of fighting. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. Stuck inside the weeds, hoping you'll see through. Every blade is growing faster than my days with you. That's why I'm tired of fighting. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. Every day is getting longer, baby. I need more from you. No one said that forever would be more than we could chew. Well, I'm so tired of fighting, so tired of feeling the way I do. You say blue, I say a shade of green. You call me so colorblind, I just wanna scream, 'cause I'm so tired of fighting. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. Every day is getting longer, baby. I need more from you. No one said that forever would be more than we could chew. I'm so tired of fighting, I'm tired of feeling the way I do. When I shoot the moon, you take a shot at me. You call me so absent-minded when all I do is dream. That's why I'm tired of fighting. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. I'm so tired of feeling the way I do. There you go. There you go. I love Midtown, y'all. I've been living here in Memphis for about 28 years. I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas originally, and when you're from a small town in Arkansas, Memphis was the big city. I always knew that I wanted to live in Memphis, Midtown especially, okay? Because Midtown is Memphis, just like the bumper sticker. But absolutely love living here. I love Midtown. I've been in Midtown pretty much I guess since I went to University of Memphis and then lived in Midtown forever. I've always loved the music here, loved the food. I can remember the early days of Overton Square. That was the early 90s. I'm kind of showing my age here. The original Silky Sullivans, the original TGI Fridays, man. I did a lot of time there in my younger days. It was awesome. Drank a lot of beer at Bosco's. Just have a lot of really good memories in Midtown, and I don't plan on going anywhere. So I think I'm going to make memories for years to come because I love my city here. But yeah, I'm gonna play you guys another song if y'all will have me. Little song here. This is called Miss America. It's on my second record, and yeah. Anyway, I'll get to it. Move my capo up here because you know singer-songwriters and their capos, man. Yeah, sliding all over the place. Here we go. All right. Sons and daughters, must you be naive? Don't stop living as if we forgot to breathe. We've been going broke now for so many years, and now what's stolen is our souvenirs. I see a lot of bad things coming, we're on the side just bumming. Ooh, Miss America, I'll never make enough hard money for a looker like you. Wonder Woman, you're no red, white, and blue. You've been stepping and I've been out with you. I've got a notion and feel like I want to swear. We make a nickel, you take an angel share. You whip crack of blue blood in your veins, my hard work is your spare change. Ooh, Miss America, I'll never make enough hard money for a looker like you. I'm as broke as a promise you made. You gotta shake the hater, double Willie would say. You're a slave trader, honey, I'm just a slave. If I can't afford you, then it's my own grave. I've been feeling sick since 2010. My misfortune is how you stand to win. Bills keep coming, so I stop checking the mail. My dirty omen will be your love for sale. Your rubber check is a tetherball, it comes back around like recall. Miss America, I'll never make enough hard money for a looker like you. Miss America, I'll never make enough hard money for a looker like you. All right, Miss America right there for you. So, yeah, I want to give a big old congratulations to the Mojo recipient.
All right.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
No doubt.
That was Mark Edgar Stewart. Mark. All right. So welcome, everyone, to the first ever Mojo of Midtown Awards Happy Hours. Woohoo.
All right.
We at MidtownMemphis.org are honoring this year's Mojo of Midtown Award recipients with this series of Happy Hour Awards. All told, there will be 7 of these Happy Hour Awards presentations, 6 that were announced, 6 announced award recipients, and one surprise announcement later this year. Each of these Mojo Award Happy Hours will feature live music and a little bit of talk brought to you by our Midtown Connects host, Portia Stevens. And of course, as with every session, a little bit of live music from a Midtown musician.
And a cocktail.
So your cocktail or mocktail of choice, whatever you got there.
That's right.
So our first musical guest, Mark Edgar Stewart, you just heard him right there. Mark can be found at markedgarstewart.com. Mark's performance today is being brought to you by Other Foods Kitchen. Other Foods Kitchen is a commercial kitchen facility available for your food business. Find them at otherfoodskitchen.com. So, our first Mojo of Midtown Award recipient is Emily Trenholm.
Yay.
Emily Trenholm is being awarded one of this year's Mojo of Midtown Awards for her 20 years of vision with the CD Council and Building Memphis, and for growing community development corporations while helping to create thriving, sustainable neighborhoods. Emily, and you might also know her as editor of High Ground News. So, Emily, congratulations.
Big shout out to Emily.
Thank you.
Emily, I was super excited about you being the first presenter or recipient of this year's Mojo Award Happy Hour, and that I would have an opportunity to have a conversation with you. I just visualized what this conversation was going to be like. Us walking in Overton Park, just chatting it up. You know how we do, right?
Chatting it up. Yes. We need to do that again soon.
Yeah, I would love to. It's just a matter of giving me a
After
jingle.
the weather's cooling off.
There you go.
Now the weather's cooling off.
Right. It feels like fall. It is fall. I got my scarf on today.
There you go.
You know, you have been in the Community Development Corporation game for a long time. I have such respect for your work that you've been doing in the community, considering the fact that you relocated to Memphis. You're a New Yorker, and you got down to Memphis and just fell in love with the city. And what I love most about the work you've been doing is putting a spotlight on disinvested communities. So will you please share with us, how you got into that business?
Well, I moved down here in the early 90s. I had a corporate job in New York, and my company moved its operation headquarters here, and I moved with them, and had never lived anywhere outside of the Northeast. So I thought it would be fun to live in a different part of the country. I came here and did that for about 5 years, and my company was acquired, and I had an opportunity to go back to New York, but I decided to stay here and try to do something a little more community minded. I had been working in the corporate world for almost 20 years, which is ready for a change. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I decided to go to University in Memphis for a master's in city and regional planning. And that ended up being a great stepping stone to working in community development here, working in neighborhoods, and I didn't know neighborhoods were my passion, but it turns out that they are.
And it shows. So now share with us, what does the City Council do? What is that all about? Because that organization has changed names a few times, right?
Well, it founded in 2000 as the Community Development Council of Greater Memphis. And essentially it's a trade association of organizations that are doing neighborhood redevelopment, physical and economic development. And when I came, the nonprofit had just been formed, and some of the same organizations were at the table, Fraser and the Works, Neighborhood Housing Opportunities, Orange Mound. I mean, some of the same neighborhoods, South Memphis. And it was just an effort to bring them together as kind of a collective voice of community development. It was a very small organization. I was working part-time, and just over time grew it. And I'd say the two priority areas were, capacity building, helping those organizations become more successful through training and peer mentoring. And then also the policy and advocacy piece. There's a lot of barriers to community development, neighborhood revitalization, and just sort of working with other stakeholders to try to bring those barriers down so redevelopment could take place. And then I was there 17 years, and then as I was transitioning out, we underwent a kind of a rebranding to, now it's called Building Memphis, Build, Live, Develop, Grow. But it's essentially the same organization. We just kind of got a more up-to-date name, and also wanted to incorporate a lot of livability programs. Livable Memphis was part of it. That was a little confusing for people. And so we brought it all under the Building Memphis umbrella. So that was happening as I was leaving. And so it was kind of new leadership and a new organizational identity at the same time. But it's the same organization.
Yeah. So now I heard you spoke of policy. Will you talk a little bit about that? Because I know I've gone to some of Building Memphis's meetings when they're talking about policy, and that is a lot to take in. So how does, stakeholders, how does a property owner who wants to get involved in their neighborhood process what policy means?
Well, that's a challenge because people drive around neighborhoods, some of our disinvested neighborhoods. I'm sure I've done the same, and I'm sure you have as well. And you see vacant lots, and you see buildings that are falling down, buildings need to be rehabbed, and people say, well, somebody should fix that up, or somebody should, put a house there. And but there's all kinds of, and I'm talking about housing at the moment. There's all kinds of hurdles to jump through. Obviously, there's an issue of funding, but also who owns that property? Are there back taxes on it? Is there a plan for the neighborhood? There's lots and lots of hurdles until that can take place. And so for people that want to do those projects, it's a learning curve. It's part of what Building Memphis does. But policy extends also to transportation, making Memphis more multimodal, bettering the transit system. There's a lot of policy related to economics, jobs, workforce development. Community development is a very broad area, and there's a lot of policy priorities, really more than any one group can undertake, but there's just a lot. Lending, predatory lending, that's another huge policy area. So I could go on and on, but you get the idea. Revitalizing neighborhoods from a physical and economic standpoint, it takes a lot, all hands on deck approach.
And kudos to you for being out here making that happen for the last 20 years. Now, we have a lot in common. Okay. Not only are you out there, helping us sustain our neighborhoods, you're also a podcaster, a broadcaster. I don't want to say I know you're not a writer. I'll put it like that. You make that clear. Like, I didn't.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not the editor. I'm the publisher and community engagement.
There you go.
Publisher.
So if our editor, Cole Bradley, is listening, I just want to clarify that.
Thank you.
Not the editor.
Thank you. So the reason I say that we have a lot in common is because, hey, we both have done radio. When I met you, I was coming out of radio and I was working over at Crosstown Concourse, and I met you through community engagement. Right. That seems to be the title that,
exactly.
You wear well. So, what is that like in your world, on a daily basis? You are Miss Community Engagement.
Well, that's what I've been doing really since I left Building Memphis. I just was ready for a change and wanted to do some other things. So I started working for High Ground. High Ground News as Community Engagement Manager, and that's just been great because we, embed in one neighborhood at a time. And one of the things about Community Development Council Building Memphis is there's a lot of neighborhoods, and it's a little bit more of a 30,000 foot perspective. But at High Ground, we embed in one neighborhood at a time. So we are going into Orange Mound for 3 months. And I never had that neighborhood. I never had that experience in one neighborhood at a time. So that's just been incredibly rewarding to engage the community at a different level. But besides High Ground, I do other community engagement projects as well. So it's wonderful just being out in the neighborhood and meeting people that are working to. That's what High Ground does, is lift up stories of people who are working to develop and implement innovative solutions to what's going on in their communities, and meeting those leaders and learning about their work and lifting up those stories. It's a privilege, and it's just also just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to change the narrative of our neighborhoods. I so appreciate that. So how do you guys go by choosing?
I just love neighborhoods.
How do you all go by choosing which neighborhood you're going to feature?
Well, it's, of course, there's a lot of, it's a combination of neighborhoods that are fairly well known that people want to know more about, like Orange Mound and, of course, Soulsville, Frazier. But part of it also is we've been intentionally selecting some neighborhoods that we think need some love. For example, when you think about interesting neighborhoods, Hickory Hill doesn't necessarily come to mind. And there's a lot of inner ring suburbs that are where there's people, neighborhood leaders working to make things better. They're running nonprofits, they're doing public art, they're doing youth programs, and it's easy. I'm an urban person, so it's easy to sort of focus on the sexy neighborhoods inside the loop. But we need to go outside and connect with people that are in Hickory Hill and Fraser, Whitehaven, neighborhoods that are more suburban in development pattern, but are equally as important to the city of Memphis.
No doubt. No doubt. So now your days of being a podcaster, are you still on the air with that?
Well, our podcast is on hiatus because we, of course, record in partnership with the Daily Memphian, and their offices are closed, so their podcast studio is closed. I'm really hoping that we're going to start that back up at some point because that was just super fun. But as you mentioned, getting ready to start a new radio show at WYXR, the new station out of Crosstown, called Memphis Metropolis, and it's going to focus on all things urban, really the built environment, architecture, planning, transportation. So a lot of the same things we covered in the podcast, a little bit of a different spin. I'm going to have, weekly guests and then also have some commentators talking about things that are going on in sort of the planning and development world.
How long will that
So
show
I'm
be on
excited
the air?
about that. I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm nervous because I have to produce it myself, unlike the podcast. I think I shared that with you. Frantically, Mark warned me about this, I will say, about how much work it was. And so I'm nervous about it. It's an hour once a week. It'll be on Monday afternoons, and then I think it'll be available on podcasting platforms as well and streaming. So I'm going to be reaching out to everybody in the audience, asking them to listen and to share and to help and give me feedback about what people like and don't like and want to hear more of.
You're a pro. I'm only expecting the best to come out of that show. I'm looking forward to checking you out on the air. So as a Mojo Award recipient, I know that you are a huge, huge fan of our award done by Karen Capps.
Let's check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Will you show it off?
This is the most beautiful thing ever. So I just want to, Karen is so creative, and I just want to show I'll try not to move it around so people can get dizzy, but there's all these different neighborhood names.
Yeah.
The Heights and Orange Mound, and it's just, I just can't tell you how awesome it is about it. There's a really great photo illustration of me.
Yeah.
I actually like. There's the Community Development Council and the high ground. I'm not kidding.
It's one of a kind.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is wonderful. She's so talented, and I feel like it's really captured me.
Yeah.
So kudos to Karen and to everyone else that had input. I'm delighted with it. I'm sure I can't show it to people in person. But,
I have a question about.
I'm thrilled.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have a question about the Mickey Mouse watch at the bottom of the hand.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But it's a watch, so I'm sure there's some significance there. You're always on time. How about that?
Yeah. As
Exactly.
Emily mentioned, Karen Capps, she does this every year. These are all custom made, all done by hand.
Yeah.
And she just pulls out these knickknacks and all kinds of things from.
There's little tape measure at the top of the fingers, which I think is maybe about development.
Super cool.
Right.
That's awesome.
Emily Trema, you have your mojo, baby.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for loving our city and doing the work that you've been doing out in the community.
So we should do a shout out once again to our sponsors for today's session. Mark Edgar Stewart's performance is brought to you by OtherFoodsKitchen.com. Other Foods Kitchen is a commercial kitchen facility available at your food are available for your food business. Find them at otherfoodskitchen.com. Also, this video event is being produced by the OAM Network and Exora Memphis. Be sure to check out pod901.com for all your video and audio needs. Exora and the OAM Network are located in the Crosstown area here on Cleveland. And if you're so inclined, you might want to help out the OAM Network and Exora. They are available. They are eligible for a rent relief program, and donations are available on the OAM website. Is that right, Gil? Sorry.
Thumbs up.
At pod901.com. Is that right? Yes. Good. Okay.
So we want to talk about the watch party. Pod out.
Okay.
On Facebook Live, you can check us out. Also, you can log on to midtownmemphis.org and get registered for the Mojo Awards virtual happy hour.
Go to midtownmemphis.org. You can find us there. You can also check out our Facebook page at midtownmemphis.org, and you can view these online later. You can check out the upcoming shows that we have planned and the upcoming award recipients. Emily Trenholm, again, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you for being the first one in our little virtual experiment.
The guinea pig.
Yeah.
Hey, next month,
experiment.
the Mojo of Midtown Happy Hour will be October 14th and the 24th. No, the 28th. It's always on a Wednesday.
Yes, always on a Wednesday night. Always at happy hour.
Yeah.
Our Mojo Awards have traditionally been the last Wednesday of March every year. Of course, we could not hold them this year because of that little pandemic thing that's going on. Mm-hmm. So we, in honor of the Mojo Awards at the Playhouse, we decided we would do these virtually during happy hour on Wednesday nights every other week in the fall. And here we are.
Emily, good seeing you. Good talking with you.
Same here.
And we are going to ask Mark Edgar Stewart to take us back out and take us out of our first presentation, our first happy hour. Mark, take it away.
Hey, folks, it's Mark Edgar Stewart again, and congratulations to all the winners of the Mojo Award here. And I'm going to play one more song. And again, let me remind you, man, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I got it together here, okay? So y'all check me out. PayPal, Venmo, if you're the loving kind, okay? But that sucked. One more time. Here we go. Damn it. All right. Hey, folks, it's Mark Edgar Stewart again, and I'm back, man, and congratulations to all the Mojo Award winners. Again, you can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, all that biz. I also got PayPal, Venmo, if you're feeling real lovey-dovey, but I totally understand if times are tight. I'm going to play you one more song here. This song's off my last record, Mad at Love, and it's a song called Stuck in a Rut. Now, I think we've all kind of been there before, so hopefully y'all can kind of relate to it. So thank y'all again for having me. Here we go. I need a brand new start and go where I've never been. Make it last like an old Toyota so I can always win. Give me one more chance to prove that I'm not lush. I can be like old Abe Lincoln or someone you can trust. Leaving home was a long time ago. I had a plan, but man, those wheels move too slow. 'Cause being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. Being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. I bought a new pair of shoes to carry my heavy load. I don't need no snakeskin leather to go where I want to go. I want someone to love looks better than me. I ain't talking drop dead beauty, but somewhere in between. Going down where the wildflowers grow. Look for a love that knows how to make my blood flow. 'Cause being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. Being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. I need a hell of a buzz to make me feel less old. I was lost and found my answer via UFO. I met a man on the moon. He said to me, "What's up? Gravity ain't worth missing when you're stuck in a rut." Passed out on the side of the road. I need a car that knows how to drive me home slow. 'Cause being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. Being high ain't enough when you're stuck in a rut. Thank y'all so much.